Welcome back to the YouTube channel that's a day late and $1 short. As some of you may know, I have an abundance of expired film. One of the more unique films I have in my hoard is some Ektachrome 64T in medium format. Truth be told, I haven't had much luck shooting expired slide film in the past. I've ran into such problems as color shifts, thin positives, as well as entirely blank rolls. At this point though, I was ready to take another gamble into expired slide film, and I was ready to lose. With this version of Ektachrome being a tungsten bound film, I knew I wanted to go around and capture some of the nightlife here in Northwest. Even with this film having an ISO of 64, I wasn't going to let it stop me from taking some beautiful night photos. Basking under the street lights, I grabbed my Mamiya RB67 and threw on the 65mm lens. I started the night off with two identical shots, the first being a normal shot and the second one being paired with a 1/4 Pro mist. I love adding Pro Mist to my night shots. I feel it just gives everything so much more life and kind of gives a little bit of a dreamy vibe, so I didn't really take the lens filter off. For the next shot, I switched out the 65mm and added the 150mm soft focus lens paired with the number 3 soft focus disc. I won't go into too much detail about the soft focus lens, but I've been thinking about doing a video in the future. If you want to see that, let me know. The next lens rotation though was for the 180mm. I don't know why I don't use this lens more. It's probably my favorite lens on the system. It's razor sharp and it has a great depth of field. You can almost get 4x5 separation with this lens, but I might be exaggerating. Tired of rotating lenses every other shot, I kind of just threw the 65mm back onto the RB67 and kind of kept it that way for the rest of the shoot. As well, I packed up everything and headed to the next location. When shooting in T mode on the RB67, there's two ways to exit out of the timer mode. The first technique is moving the shutter ring out of T. The second technique is to depress the shutter cocking lever, and that will end the exposure before resetting the mirror as well. You don't have to give it too much force, it kind of shuts before you reset the mirror, so it causes less vibrations, and I kind of prefer that technique. I bring this up because when I shoot the RB67 during daylight, I have an order of operations that I follow. I always fire the shutter, advance the film, then reset the mirror. So when I'm shooting at night, I'm firing the shutter, setting the mirror, so unfortunately I forget to advance the film, and you get double exposures just like this. Normally I'd be upset with the double exposure, but I don't think either of these compositions were that great, so I didn't really miss out on anything. Not feeling at this location though, I packed up again and ran out to the next location. With the RB67 back on the tripod, I took another double exposure. With the first roll down, I called it a night, lugging the RB67 to 3 different locations and taking 10 exposures, well 12 if you count the double exposures. Really took it out of me for the evening.
Oh, it's like 20 years old.
After another week or so, I got the motivation to go back out and shoot. At this point, I decided to head more north and I checked out Bremerton. I've driven past this bakery before in the daytime, but never at night, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that the neon sign outside was actually working. I was feeling a groove that night. I was feeling really excited to go out and shoot and explore somewhere new. Wandering the streets and just looking for good light, I was having a blast. It's usually not that fun carrying the RB67 and a tripod on your shoulder, but I really couldn't complain tonight. This donut store though was definitely the highlight of the night though. The pink brick with the white LED lights shining out into the darkness really captures this dreamy suburban look that I really like to capture in my work. I could have probably shot here for the rest of the night and tried to find new compositions, but I felt it was good to kind of get some different compositions to really showcase this film. So I packed up everything again and made a transition to another location. This time a muffler shop. I've passed this muffler shop more times than I can count, and I've always kind of wanted to shoot it, but once parked and looking for compositions here at night, I wasn't really that inspired, so kind of fired off some pity shots, but I quickly packed up and made my way onto the next place. So this last photo here, it's not actually candid. That couple demanded I take their photo for them. I'm actually surprised this photo turned out well. Almost as surprised as the couple was when I told them I couldn't show them the photo because I was shooting film. With only 3 shots left in the camera, I packed up everything and didn't shoot for 2 weeks. I was really trying to do some research and trying to figure out where I could go to get these last 3 shots fired off at, but eventually it just came to the point where I felt I just needed to finish the roll and get it done. So pulling up to another bowling alley, I fired the first shot and it's mediocre. Well, maybe not, but it's definitely underexposed. And the second to last photo's got some interesting blur. I'm not too sure what happened here. And to finish the roll, here's a blurred double exposure, a winner all around. So for this being expired slide film, and for all the errors I had, it still came out pretty damn good. However, this isn't actually an accurate depiction of Ektachrome 64T. So as I stated in the beginning, I've had issues with expired slide film for a long time, and my lab tech knows that. So when I was talking to him about getting these rolls developed, he actually recommended cross-processing them. After he told me that he's had more luck saving expired slide film by cross-processing it, I thought this was the best case scenario to make this video happen. I honestly had a gut feeling that these rolls wouldn't produce photos because of just the age, and I had no clue how they had been stored, but cross-processing them really saved these photos. They were dense negatives and they look great. I feel like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably cross-process the rest of my expired slide film. It just goes to show you, sometimes you gotta take something positive, turn it into a negative to get results.